It's a little both-way milling here, new feature in adapters on Fusion 360. Thought I'd try it out. Looks like it's doing a pretty good job. No bogging on the head. That's a 60 thousandths width of cut at 4,000 RPM, 20 inches a minute, 5/16 end mill. About 3/8 inch of depth of cut. Yeah, I was running a filter on my coolant, and I think it's time to change the filter. It's getting a little slow on the pressure there. That's a 3D adaptive, and I went back and added a second adaptive with a wider optimal load, and you can tell that it's a lot more pleasant to the eye, and it's also, it doesn't have the gouge marks in it from all the tool pressure of running the higher feed rate. So it's slowed down the feed rate, and you're only taking off just a skim cut to improve the floor finish. So of course this is not a bad example of what I'm talking about on the wider contact, but this will give you some idea. You can see the lines from the tool on the that's about a 70 thousandths optimal load, and it's not rough really, but you can tell the side load didn't really provide a real good bottom finish there. But this is scrap, so it didn't matter on this piece. But that piece I've actually got to mount something to it, and it needs to be reasonably, well, it really needs to be really good and flat. This is actually a apron. It's a new apron for my lathe. I'm converting it over to linear rails on the Z-axis, and this is where my blocks are going to have to mount on the back side of the apron. So it needs to be flat. So that's why I went back with a second adaptive with a wider optimal load to try to smooth that out as much as possible, and only took off 5 thousandths on that last pass. So hopefully it's reasonably flat so that I have a good surface for those to mount to. That's kind of bright. Okay, so you can see after I got all the coolant off of it, you can see that it's a wider tool path, so it's a lot flatter, where it's not taking such narrow cuts. You see, you don't see any deformation of my fingers. They're just, it looks like a mirror, but it's just got tool marks. But it's just like a mirror, so it's good, and it's really good and flat. You can see the sidewall finish came out really nice. Okay, well, I just figured I would show how I get the better floor finishes. And this, you can see these odd looking tool marks over here is where it was doing the both sides. It was machining in both directions on that adaptive. So when it turned around over here, it kind of shows a little swirl mark there where it turned around and went back in and come back around. It does on this side as well. So it offers just a little bit of tool marks there that are not normally there when you do just one direction milling. Those don't show up quite as bad. They show up, but not quite as bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. This will be the bolts coming in from the other side. This is mortised out for the side pieces on both ends to fit in. These are datums. This is the main datum down here, where the rail is on this side. It's datumed on this side, so the blocks are datumed on this side, and this is just to trap the block so that it won't rise off of this datum. So this will have to be, I'm hoping I got it right. I hope it come out good, so that they just snap right in. But if they're loose or if they're tight, I may have to go back in here and just shave a little off of this, or shim it, whichever way it is. But hopefully it came out okay. But that's the that's the apron part of the way finished there. I've still got some holes to put in up here, so that should be it though. These holes up here should finish that up. And then there may be some external mounting out here on this outside. My machine is so small I can't really hide the ball screw, so I had to do an external mount, and then my stepper motor wouldn't fit underneath of the apron, so there's a lot going on under there, and I just mounted everything on the outside of the apron, so it works real well. We'll see how it turns out on the linear conversion though, but that's the first piece for that. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like, and till next time, take it easy.